Okay, it looks like I have to explain myself. I thought people would really get it. Sometimes literature is not meant to comfort. Sometimes a good story is meant to make you think. Okay? Elephant's Makeover is a story meant to make you think. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of stories these days being published, picture books, about kindness, about this or that issue. A lot of these stories, they're kind of propaganda. Okay, what they're trying to do is their stories about trying to get children to behave in a certain way that we want them to behave. Okay, we want them to be kind. We don't want them to bully. All of that. A lot of them are not stories. Okay, a story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. A story has a problem. A story has a character that will make a mistake. Okay, and one of the things I realized, a lot of people don't underestimate their children. Okay, sometimes for this story, it seems it's the parents who become uncomfortable. And you know why the parents become uncomfortable? Because they're dealing with some of the things that elephant deals with too. We live in a society where everything is about your looks. Many women go to a hairstylist with a picture of a celebrity and they say, okay, I want this person's hair, or I want this person's eyelashes, or I want this person's nose if they're going to a plastic surgeon. That's exactly what elephant is doing. Elephant is an elephant, okay? And she's supposed to look a certain way like an elephant. But what she does is she comes across these animals she wants to be friends with. Okay, hang on. Oops. Sorry. She wants to be friends with these animals. And who doesn't want to be friends with like certain people? And these animals make fun of her. They say things about her looks. And what does an elephant do? She internalizes it like many of us. This is a story dealing with a crucial aspect of many, many girls or women's insecurities. Okay? We are we are valued based on our looks. An elephant is a girl, and she internalizes this. She says, yes, those animals are right. My eyes are too small. My waist is too big. My nose is too long. My ears are like flags, and oh, my legs, my legs. Now, that would make a lot of women uncomfortable because they have done that. I know I've done that. A lot of people have done that. And now even men are doing that. So the thing is that, okay, what does elephant do about it? Now, this is not a simple story. A simple story is just like, oh, you shouldn't do that to me. Da 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 da, don't be mean, blah 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 blah. That's not the way the world works, okay? I have gone to schools. I have seen this interaction between students. I'm very observant. Like, well, you have to be if you want to be an author. I have seen this interaction among students. I have seen the way girls or boys, even boys, will start to internalize things and think, oh, there's something wrong with me. Now, elephant is different though, because she has actually some kind of an ability to do something about it. So what does she do? She goes to the owl, whose eyes are big and beautiful, and she says, I want to trade. I want your eyes. Now, can you really do that? No, but through plastic surgery and everything, people do all kinds of stuff. Many people change their eye shape, they get eyelids and stuff like that. Okay, it's not impossible, but she uses tape. Okay, that's why there's a roll of tape on the front. So she uses tape and she changes, and then Owl says, "But I need them. I need my eyes. I'll give you mine." Okay. Then she goes to Mole. Now, what is the elephant doing? She's being a bully. Okay. Elephant is not a perfect victim. Okay. That's another point I'm trying to make here. These days, we expect the victim to be flawless. Okay. The other animals bully elephant. But elephant is not the perfect victim. She actually does something wrong in response to their bullying. What she does is she intimidates all the other animals to give her their parts, their body parts that she's coveting. Is that right? No, it's not right, okay? It's wrong. And there is somebody watching. The ant is watching. She's a bystander. Now, one of the themes in this book actually has a lot of different things going on. One of the themes in this book is that elephant is looking for friends, but she's looking in all the wrong places. She's chasing after these animals that have no interest in being friends with her, okay? And she's overlooking someone who does have an interest of being a friend with for her. So what she does, okay, so what elephant does, she takes all those body parts and she puts them on. And yes, she looks creepy. She looks disturbed, okay? This is the most uncomfortable page in the whole book, and it was intended to be. You're not supposed to be comfortable with the way she looks. You know, there's a whole rule in writing children's books and writing any books. It's show, don't tell. So what I've done is I've shown the consequences of elephants' actions. I've shown it. I've shown that she thought, oh, if I take the owl's eyes and the mouse's ears and everything, I'm going to look pretty like them because they look nice with those features. And think about it in how many ways kids are doing this, even with filters on phones. Did you know that some kids are so addicted to changing their eyes and filters features on phones that they actually want to get plastic surgery to look like that? This is what we're living in, okay? This is what I'm actually doing is showing how silly that is. The thing you're supposed to do, and this is what I think kids are smart enough to see. The first thought a kid's supposed to get when they see this is, oh, she looks terrible. She looked better as an elephant. Okay. Now, one of the reviewers who reviewed my book said, well, she didn't find any Islamic content in that. The whole book is full of Islamic content, okay? The whole idea that you're supposed to be happy with the features that God gave you, it's there at the bottom of this story, okay? I've got lots of things happening in this story. I thought of this story very carefully, and I did this story really in the best way I could, okay? And that is an Islamic idea. I don't think that a story, just because a story is about animals or it doesn't have something overtly Muslim in it, that it's not a Muslim story. Nonsense. This is a very Muslim story, okay? So she does this, and then she goes to the animals, and she wants to show them, oh, look, now I look nice. You can be my friends. And what are the animals doing? They're all complaining. They're complaining because they've got elephant's body parts, and it's not working for them. Elephant feels bad. Now, so she's made a mistake. And in this day and age, when people are canceled, here comes the idea of being canceled, okay? Because the thing is, all kids, this story, this is actually a story. It has the characters doing things they probably shouldn't be doing, and they shouldn't be doing. So elephant, even though she's got some justification for it, I mean, those animals were bullying her. She has justification for mistreating them too. But she realizes she should do something. What should I do? And the ant, who's been watching all along, here's where I show what a true friend it really is. The ant says, I know what you should do. So the elephant goes, well, what should I do? And here again, it's very uncomfortable because the elephant is in the wrong, okay? Sometimes your best friend is in the wrong. Are you going to support that friend? Are you going to be loyal by saying, oh, yeah, no, they were the wrong ones. They should never have said those things about her. No, that's true. Those other animals shouldn't have said those things about her. But here, elephant is in the wrong. She should not have intimidated them into exchanging body parts, okay? So she says, well, what should I do? So she asks the ant, what should I do? And the ant tells her, The aunt is the best friend she could have. The aunt says, give everything back. But then I won't be pretty. Give everything back. But I don't have to. You see, elephant is much bigger than the ant. The ant can't force her to do anything, okay? And they're not even exactly friends yet. Okay, I don't have to. You can't make me. Give everything back. But then I give everything back, said Ant, and tell them you're sorry. What, is Ant right? Yes, Ant is right. Elephant should give everything back. It's not nice what she did. Okay? Elephant thinks, and she goes, I'm scared. Maybe they still won't like me. But Ant says, I'll come with you. So Ant is already showing herself to be a good friend. So Elephant starts with Owl. This is another very creepy looking picture. Oh, I think this probably, it's probably one of the creepiest ones. It's where Elephant doesn't have any eyes because she's giving the eyes back to Owl, okay? So Elephant starts with Owl because Owl was the first one she took the parts from. You can have your eyes back. I'm really sorry. Owl popped them in, said a loud humph, and flew off to hunt. Now, is that natural? Yes. Of course, Owl would do that, okay? What I've done is I've characterized these animals. They're not nice animals, okay? So then she goes to the wasp, and I think this is actually one of the funniest pictures. The poor wasp. Look at the wasp there. Poor wasp. Elephant went to wasp. Here's your waist. I'm really sorry. Wasp flew away as fast as she could. Now you can, and as the reader, you can't even blame the animals for doing that. Okay. Then she went to mole and mouse and found a cat, and all of them are running away from her. Okay. And what I'm saying is that these animals have basically canceled her. Okay. They canceled Elephant because they think the mistake she made, the thing she did was so bad, she is irredeemable. Is she? No. Our kids have to know that you can get over the mistakes you make. This is what this story is about. Okay. When she was done, Elephant said to Ant, see, they still don't like me. They don't, said Ant, but I do. Okay. So Ant becomes friends with Elephant. So Elephant, the beginning of the problem is she wants friends. At the end, she gets lots of friends. All the ants. In fact, Ant introduces her to all her friends, her friend ants. Okay? Here she gets introduced to all the friends. Oh, yeah. There she's being introduced to them. And then at the end, they're having a great time. Elephant is blowing bubbles, and they're having a great time. So it's a happy ending. Now, the story goes through a whole arc. There are mistakes made. There are things that they've done that are wrong, but they are redeemed. This is a story, and it's a story kids get. I mean, kids, they get it, okay? They look at the picture of elephant and they think, what are you doing? You looked better as an elephant, which is exactly the point, okay? So sometimes the kids get the story, but it's the parents that are uncomfortable because they're still involved in some of the mistakes that elephant is making. Don't be one of those parents that is too uncomfortable with the story that you're not going to let your child explore a story that can give them the social skills they need to know that sometimes you're chasing after someone to be a friend and they're not necessarily the best friend you can find, and you're overlooking someone who would be a better friend. And that's what Elephant's Makeover is all about. I mean, I guess I could have just made it about just Elephant being silly and changing her body parts, but that's actually more the symptom of the problem. It's that she thinks she doesn't look good. That's a symptom. The real problem is she wants friends, and what kids don't. And this is a story about friendship. So don't get turned off just because you might find aspects of a story that are uncomfortable. Look at the way your children react to a story, because their reaction is more important than yours. When I write a story, it's not necessarily for the adults reading it, but the adults are the gatekeepers. They're the ones buying the books. So sometimes, like, that's the conundrum with children's literature. You're writing for the child, but it has to get past the adults. And unfortunately, if adults find something, um, if they find something uncomfortable, they're not going to expose their kids, and the kids could miss out on a really good story that they can relate to. Okay, so that's the story behind Elephant's Makeover. It has tons of lessons. I hate to use that word, but yeah, lessons. But it's a story that really kids do experience, and I hope you guys will expose it to your kids. Okay, I'm really proud of this book. Thank you.